Well, welcome. Let's see. Okay. There's so much to do. So much to see. Okay. Well, how are you guys doing? Well, some of you might not have had a Thanksgiving, so I'll try not to get too into that, but I had a good one. Let's see. Ooh, I can also do this. I got an early Christmas gift for myself. So let's see. I was gonna click this. Oh, welcome. Let's see. We'll go over to Horizon Judd and Mario. We'll see if this works. I haven't tried it yet. Is the only way to test it is to the only way to test it is to just kind of go for it. So we'll see. I have a stream deck. It's a little peripheral thing, little box. It's got little light ups and stuff. I can click. I can code some buttons. So we'll see if this works. Yeah. Awesome. You might have saw that in a weird way, where I'm reacting to it later. Either way, nice. That was really quick. It was like no delay at all. Cool. Okay. So I'm able to code a whole bunch of buttons onto the stream deck. It allows me to click a whole bunch of fun buttons. I also got one for getting us in. Whoop whoop. That's so cool. Okay. Yeah, a little early Christmas gift for myself to allow me. So I was having trouble with Sammy. I'll go on this little tangent for a bit. I was having trouble with Sammy connecting it. This is like layers of all of this. Is that OBS is my main broadcasting software, and then I use this other software, Sammy, to kind of link and connect different OBS assets inside. So, and then I was like, huh. But the only way to trigger some of the Sammy stuff was keyboard shortcuts. So I would accidentally like hit like, you know, Shift W or something to like change one of the Sammy buttons to trigger a thing inside of OBS. But then I was like, huh, that means I can't really spell. Can't really make too many, have to be careful with what my keyboard shortcuts are. So I got the Stream Deck, and that allows me to not have to worry about that, as I literally have its own button. Yeah. For that instead. So we'll see if that loads up. I think you have to do... Yeah, that'll work. Hopefully. Let's see. Yay! There we go. Yeah, so it's what happened there was that Mario only did cheer, but exclamation mark cheer is the one that'll actually run that. So cool. Let's make sure I'm not muted. Pop. Okay, cool. Got music. Okay, got everything going. Okay, we're good. How guys are? Okay. Make a video game. Making a game. Making a game. I don't know how to make games. That's one of the big problems here. I'll just play this so you have something to look at. There you go. Gonna base it off this little animation I did a couple years ago. I think like 2 years ago. I made this little tiny animation. Let's see. Yeah, it's all a bunch of little fun surprises with the commands. So I'm not the greatest coder, but I'm good at cartooning, so I want to make a game, but I know that I'll probably have the most hard time coding it, but we'll see. So I want to make a video game based on this little animation. But I want to use Godot or Godot, G-O-D-O-T. It's kind of like its own game engine, but like it's not really part of, you know, it's not like EA or, you know, Nintendo or whatever you want to call it really uses Godot. More than likely it'll be if one of the big guys uses it as a game engine, it might be like Unreal or Unity. I don't really hear too many big name publishers use Godot as a big name thing, but hopefully it's servable. I never made a game in Godot, but I want to try it. So I want to start out with a simple game and then kind of work from there out. So I want to plan a whole game, and then I'll figure it out as I go along to see if I can make something. So now I want to do more multimedia stuff. Like I want to make games, I want to make comics, I want to make other stuff. Besides just because I've been doing these kind of cartoons for over 10 years, and it's like I want to see what else I can do. Broaden my skill set and make my portfolio and all that look better. Yeah, I don't know if I'm getting bored of it with this exactly, because I can do this in my sleep kind of stuff now. And I was like, but I can't really sleep on making a game, so that's what we're doing. This software is Toon Boom Harmony. Probably should have had Godot as a visual aid. Oh well. Guess I can open Godot for a bit, just to even know what I'm talking about. Ah! Oh, because Boom has Boo in it. Oh man. I tried to make Sunny's Dreaming here. I don't even know this. I'll just check to see what his test is here real quick and load that up. Ah, go away. Ah. It's loading a lot. I'm seeing a lot of errors. So this is Godot. This is the 3D engine side of it. You can also do a 2D version. Look, it's 2D. Getting compilation fails. They're still coming. It's got over 200 now. So I'm not gonna play with this today. I'm just gonna work on whoa. Yeah, I'm gonna work on designing it, and then I'll figure this out on my own, because I don't think this will be fun for me to try and figure this out. Anyway, so I got a 3D view and a 2D view, and all this fun scripting. The command line's going crazy too. This console's going crazy. Failed to load billions and billions of code. So I'm not a coder, so I can't even like start to parse any of this. Yeah. Wouldn't know where to begin with all this. Oh man. Ah! Okay. Getting attacked. Thank you guys. Well, how you doing, Play Fox? This is me opening Godot and seeing that I don't know what's going on. So instead of dealing with all that, I'm going to. It's still going. It's found over 800. I'll just minimize that. Okay. We'll go back to what I know. Oh, it's okay, Jed. Know very little about code. The problem is that there's so many languages. C++, Python, JavaScript, Scooby-Doo, name a 3-letter acronym, and it's like, that's a coding language, and it's like, okay. Problem is that if you start, really learn one of them, it's like, oh no. I have to make a new type of project, and it's like, oh, I don't know that language. And then you just, have to learn all that. I didn't say that. Is there another me in somewhere? Oh, that's me saying best pony. Yes, okay, cool. I just read only me. Yes, that's right then. That is very factual there. Bring back. Gotta learn some HTML to make a website. That's good. Websites are good for portfolios and sharing like shopping, make a merch site, or show you all your gallery stuff, or you know, whatever your hobby job is, make a website for that. Anyways, how does that happen? You both Judd. Cool. Either way, that's pretty cool. Let's see. Let's get started. I think I have some. Do I have some room? I think it just immediately starts. There's room somewhere else, probably. I did not. Okay. Want somewhere in the timeline to have some. Might as well literally select literally everything. Move that over. It always likes to make a tween. Let's see. I'm gonna add a whole bunch of frames at the beginning now in this blank spot, and have the animation start a little bit later. So once I figure out how Godot works, oh, it's still going. I found. Here we go. Over 900. Oh! It does say it. Okay, we have over 1,000 errors. You were here for that, guys. Alright. Yeah, so I don't understand. So hopefully I'll just design a game and then eventually, you know, use enough tutorials I'll be able to figure this out. I think there's a big plugin. This Godot for dialogue editor. I was like, oh yeah, I'll just put this plugin in and then, you know, it'll work. And then that's what a lot of this is saying. Dialogue, examples, dialogues. Because I wanted to make a visual novel. I wanted to remake, so back up is that I made Sunny's Dream, the visual novel, game of Sunny and the G5 characters. But along the way, I was like, how do I make this into a mobile game? It's like, I can't export this as straight up, you know, an Android or Apple game. So I was like, how do I do that? So then I was like, okay, let me look at alternatives. Like, can I just plug my whole game into a different engine that I know can, like, export some of this maybe? You know, can I go to project settings and then, you know, export wherever that would be? Oh boy. I can import. How do I make a game? Export those. Library. What? Anyway. Editor. How would I say? I'm done and I want to make this a game. Where's that button? Well, it's got mobile. Here? Forward plus compatibility. There's a lot. I think I tried to like import a dialogue plugin into Godot and then it broke with all of this and I was like, well, okay then, I guess we're not doing this. Because then I couldn't open Godot without it also loading in the plugin at the same time. So it would always like open Godot, open a dialogue, explode, and be unusable basically. So I was like, cool. So I just went back to the original game engine that I used, RenPy, for the Sunny Stream, and just made it an HTML export, which wasn't RenPy in that particular version that I was using to upload it and export as. It didn't have a good enough HTML export at that time. But like months later, they updated RenPy to then have an okay HTML uploader. It still has some weird bugs where it can't download the images quick enough, so it kind of like blurs, or like kind of like has these sensory kind of pixely images that kind of like load in. So it's kind of great. So I was like, okay, good enough. It's technically openable on mobile. You can open a website on itch.io and then play the game through a web browser. So that's good enough. Ugh. So, yeah, once I figure out how to do any of this command line thing, yeah. Might download a restart and, you completely uninstall Godot, get a new version, and then start from there, and then start learning. So I just want to make a easy, hopefully, you know, cross fingers, twiddle fingers. Well, I hope this will be easy game. So, to program. Yeah. Let's see. MLP was in at Thanksgiving. Per-eyed. Wow. I saw Bluey. I watched. There was like a CNN where it had like kind of like East Coast, Mid Coast, where they just kind of bounce around and do a whole bunch of announcing rather than just watching the parades of each one. So I watched a bunch of those, and then the main Macy Days. I watched all the way through of the Macy's parade. Didn't see MLP in it though. That does just show me, tell me what exactly what character it was. That'd be interesting. If it was G4 or 5, because I kind of fizzling out 5, I think, right? It's kind of going away. Let's add a design doc kind of thing. It was sunny. Wow. Didn't expect that. That was not on my bingo. I'll have to check that out. What about so many colors? And I messed up typing the file name last time. When I made my Heartswarming 2022 file, I called it 0222 instead of 2022. So my bad on that. Let's see. Yeah, I'll get back to it. Let's see. What do you got, Mario? Not sure what I want to do with computers. Just want to do art. Spent my own test of arts in college, and it's pretty cool and fun. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I wasn't really sure either. Like when I went to community college 5-ish years ago. You know, I just came off of, and I was still working on starting out my YouTube career. So I was kind of like, okay, I sure hope that this, you know, YouTube stuff kind of helps out. You know, it's self-fulfilling in a way. So I was like, okay, well, I'll try and do stuff that'll be relevant to that, and say, oh, let me take storyboarding, film history, layout, design, concept art, regular art, was my main ones. So let's do a flow graph and then work on that. So we start at the top, and I'll say this one's the, you know, opening start. I can't spell or write. Let's see if I can change my pen here. I would say if you're going into college, really make sure that's like, is that really what you want to do? Because you're gonna be so pinholed into like, this is sort of what you're gonna do as the career. I kind of took a more generalist, just art and design. So I was okay with, you know, not doing too much, opening up to like, I can do typography, I can do logo design, I can do product design. I did a bunch of those kind of classes where it really was just like, let's make and design products. What would a cereal box look like? What would a paper towel roll? What would a tissue box look like? You know. And then typography. I'm like, do you like Baskerville? Do you think Baskerville or Papyrus would work better on this design? So, really not too much. I mean, only really the After Effects, and maybe a little bit of film history, really, and the storyboarding was the only one that I was like, oh, okay, this is like only like 3 classes out of, you know, 2-3 years of doing college actually mattered to me, but everything else did eventually shape me. As like I learned HTML and CSS, so I was able to make my website, and that was a whole big thing too. So we'll have a start button, we'll have a options, and then maybe like some sort of achievements, or let's see. Welcome, Cookie. I'm gonna make a game based on this animation. So like her just going down. It'll be like a mobile type, you know, one button kind of click thing where obstacles or rocks will be on the ground, and then you have to like press a button to jump up. I want to use Godot, but I'm having trouble using it. Oh, this red is bad. I have 1,001 errors, so I was like, okay, let's just go ahead and design it instead, rather than actually trying to program inside of Godot. But that's the short of it. Yeah. So I got to talk about college. So I actually started to think about going back to college for round 2. Thinking of going either to DigiPen or some other type of art school or something, like Cal Arts or something. Probably not. I mean, I probably could. My parents say I could probably go to any college because I didn't spend as much money as my first time. Probably like a bachelor's, whatever that's called. It's not bachelorette, just bachelor's, I guess. Something short. Hopefully, I'll also learn how to write. That'll be good too. Have good, better penmanship. So this is the M menu. It's not options, and I guess the different buttons would just be, how do you spell quit? And then maybe some sort of achievements or something. Probably I don't think when I write, so it just becomes like I can't spell as I write out. I was like, I don't know, I'm just kind of drift off. Achievements. Okay. Start options, quit achievements. Probably quit should be over there, but that's fine. What else? I've done this when in college, actually, trying to make a flowchart, and it kind of helps out. Because then it's like, okay, here's my main menu. Here's the start. This is where the flowchart of, like, you go through the different big menu things, you know, and maybe some sort of customize or something. But do I want to customize on the main menu? Could be inside of options, but then you wouldn't see it too much, you know. I would say the artwork is pretty much already done, because I'm gonna try and just take this, you know, the whole scene of this. The artwork would be pretty easy. Everything inside of here is gonna be impossible. I had to learn all of this from scratch, basically. I'd have knowledge in making a game, but that was like in RenPy, and that was a lot of like trial and error. Now it's a bunch of band-aids on top of band-aids, and it was at a time when AI was starting, so I was like, huh, what if I just, you know, AI everything? Where I was like just leaning on it to try and give me answers to things when I was learning RenPy. So, and then it would give me bad answers, so I was like not learning at all during that. So I'm not sure, because Godot uses its own scripting. It's got Godot script or something. I wanted to use it because like it had, I know in the past it had like an earlier version that had like more node-based scripting. Or like in these are nodes where like you get boxes and then noodles that connect to each other and then interconnect that then do flowcharty kind of stuff the same way. So I was like, that'd be neat, but I think they actually got rid of that feature in newer versions. So I'll just have to learn it and be okay. I think RenPy used, I think it might have used, was it JavaScript? I don't even know. Oh, my dad came in. I can ask him. Oh, he's going away. Do you think RenPy, do you remember that? Do you think it used, what scripting language? Do you remember what it was?
Python.
Python.
version of Python.
That's it. I use Python, so I learned a bit of that subconsciously, I guess. But there's so much like copy and pasting between like every single line of dialogue was, you know, using the same script basically of like hide, show, image, and that was not really coding. In a way, really. It was still on a coding screen, but it wasn't really like if-thens as much. You know, like 90% of the RenPy that I scripted myself was just show image of pwn, they say this, hide pwn, then show next pwn. You know, it's like that. 90% of the time was just that. So, oh, they say thank you. Okay. Yeah, that's what it feels like over the horizon. Just like I can't read it. How is that? I'm so whatever. I'm dyslexic too, so whatever brain is for creative, I'm more that way, more leaning that way. That if it's something like literally, you know, you have to read letter 1, letter 2, letter 3, I'm like, I can't. I always like skip around whenever I read, and I have a hard time reading. Whereas like, let me just you know, oh, it's the cat in the hat. Oh, the hat, cat, and the is how I would read it. Whereas like, I just want to get to the end of the sentence. Whereas like, okay, the hat, and then, oh, what happened in it? Oh, the cat, oh, what happened? Oh, the, and then in. Oh, gotcha. So I just jumble everything up. So it's a hard time to like read through this and be like, videos, G1, dialogue, EN, dialogue, numbers, so yeah, I never like, version, colon, 0, point. I never do that. Yeah. Ugh. Exactly. I do like being logical. I do like being organized, but I just have a hard time focusing on like left to right of just reading and then understanding what's going on. I had to like really focus to actually make it work. Even just then, I was like, the focusing shortcuts show plugin of the injured, you know. So I do like being organized, but it's like I just can't get myself to just naturally do that. So if you do quit, then yes, and then it just exits or something, and then no will then go back up to here. Probably shouldn't put arrows, but that's fine. Yeah. Yeah, I just have to focus, and then I can like I like doing categorizing. I like making folders. I like when I can make all of this. Once I set my I put my head into the game of like trying to put this all together, I can make some prettiness. Yeah, this looks all nice. Look at how this could be way worse. I mean, this could just be a whole mess of just stuff over here. But I even put a little box around it and really organized all that. Little simple things. Yeah. Let's see. Like collectibles to unlock power-ups and extras. I haven't thought of power-ups. That'll be interesting though. That's part of the working together. Okay. So yeah. My idea that I came up with was just customizing Derpy's hat, basically. If I got really crazy, I could add like a character customization and be like, oh well, maybe instead of this skin coat color, be some sort of, you can choose whatever color you want and then change the hair coloring style. But yeah, just that as far as like changing the hat and just having either have a different sprite color, I guess. Yeah. You haven't really explained the game, have I? Hat. Okay. Yeah, I never actually explained the rules at all. I just want to get some menus. So the gameplay is that I'll kind of start out with the cutscene of her. I don't think I'll have her do that. I'll have her like on a flat hill. And have like a thicker line. Let's see. Meow. Meow. Let's see. But yeah, it'd be kind of like a minigame sort of thing, like Mario RPG. You know, would have like those. Mario RPG would have like those, oh, collect all the coins while going down the river kind of minigame. Or like, this would be kind of like Flappy Bird, where it just has one button and you just kind of jump. Endless runner style. That's the basics of it. Stuff on the side. You get the sidebar. I mean, this changes between all of my different menus and stuff here. There's a whole bunch of different menus that I customized to be able to add all of this. This one here is for the brushes, so I can change what kind of thickness or so I can change this to be, you know, a thicker line if I want to. Yeah. So cutscene. Derpy could be like delivering a, you know, a mail, and then somehow I need her to trip. You can tell I haven't been practicing. I haven't warmed up yet of drawing yet, and so I haven't even been able to like even write yet. I feel very far away. Maybe I should scoot up. Let's try that. I feel far away from my desk here. Hang on. Position. Ah. Feels a little better. I have more of my hand on the screen. Okay. So we'll have her here, and I guess she can deliver the mail, and then to the house. But then there'd be part of that is she can fly. So I want her to basically trip on a rock and then she'll fall down the hill. And then she'll like just kind of roll and tumble. Let's see. I know I get stuck on these kind of mode of stuff of overthinking a lot of this. I'm like, well, how does this work now? Is that I need some sort of rock here, and then redraw this. It's basically what happens when you kind of get a little. I'm like a half foot, not even that, like a couple inches forward. And now I can draw. That's crazy. Mr. I. So I shall put the letter in. Boop. Letter in. And then put the letter in. And then somehow try to think of the motive of why she would be on the just be on the ground. And then hit the rock and then go, whoa. Yeah. Ah. And then she'll then tumble backwards. This is basically the story of that part, and then the gameplay will be sideways hill, and then maybe like in the middle, and then let's see. Yeah, it should just be like distracted, I guess, and see like a little butterfly, and then like looks at the ground, and then it'll like fly up or something. So I want it during winter, so I'm trying to think, is that would a flower work? But yeah, something to like just delivers the letter, boop, letter in, and then there. And I guess, you know, I guess she could just kind of just on the ground just kind of walk backwards and then go whoa and then trip. This will be like a cutscene, so let's see. Seems to be a tree stump instead. Okay. Let's see. Or a tiny Christmas tree? Okay. We'll leave it at stump for now as like a tree. But yeah, the gameplay would be her going, whoa. Should be like kind of rolled up, I guess. Like that. With her little hat. And the whole time she's like actually just spinning. Wow, 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 wow. Let's see. I think that distracts her. She can still trip over a rock. Oh, okay then. Yeah, because I think rocks be easy to have as a obstacle. Okay, so we'll have to rock. And then sour sign. Okay. And rubbing on the tree stump is what distracts her. So maybe it's better just work distance. So this will be like the ending, and then we'll extend this a bit. So in between will be a rock, and then so like here we'll have the tree stump, and then we'll have a little birdie, I guess. Birdie. And so instead of walking backwards, we're now having her go like, wow, I did the metal flip. Oh, cool. Well, hi, birdie. How you doing? Oh, what? Wow. Whoa. Wow, poof. Wow. Wow, poof. Something like that. Could flip some things. But should be like, has to like walk towards it, right? Again, this is a cutscene, so I'm not gonna worry about this too much. But this is the main gameplay. It's gonna be this. So she's gonna be hitting the ground, and then obstacles like the rock will then go up, and then she'll be like on the ground here, tumbling on here as a ball. And then you would push, you know, push the button, and then it'll be like, burp, burp, burp. And then you press it, and then she goes up. Didn't go wow. Up a little bit, I guess, to go over the rock. And then there could be different modes, I guess, where it could be like a, you know, could be like a timer. Timer of some sort. This is a melon. And then some sort of time, I guess, when you only have like 30 seconds or something. Blah. Blah. Here's a sign. Andrew Cliff, and she's struggling to read it as she walks and doesn't notice a rock. Okay. I'll keep this version and then make a new copy. And then there'll be some sort of Looney Tunes giant wooden thing. What's a danger kind of image? I know, like, well, I guess you could just draw a picture of a cliff and then say, ah. You know. And say, whoa, that's a lot. A red triangle? I just made the YouTube logo. What kind of triangle? Color. Something like that. I don't know. Let's see. Okay. So you get your big fingy. Ah. Which color? There we go. Okay. So put your big fingy on the button, and then that'll be the jump button or something. Let's see. Red outline graphic. I don't know. I have to look these up. Can't imagine things. Some sort of that I can imagine. Outside cliff. Ah. Well, that's a good one. Okay. Oh, the sign itself is red. Okay, triangle. I like this image. Yeah, I'll just draw that. Okay. Who's there? It's my phone. Okay. So let's fix this. Yeah, I get you now. Okay, so I'll draw it as a triangle though. And then you get this. And then you get a little pwn stick figure going. It's like reaching up. It's so sad. The real one. He's just going, ah, please, no. Oh, he's got a big butt. There you go. That almost works better. Not really. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, she could just be like, kind of looking up at it and be like, what? I don't understand what this sign is. This beautiful illustrated sign is trying to say to me. Huh? And then she's just kind of like squinting at it or something, being like, what? Eh? And she kind of just like, wait a minute, what does that mean? And then hits the rock and then goes blah 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 all the way down. And then we get the gameplay of this. Is that it just tumbling. And then you hit your button, your jump button, and then she kind of goes up a little bit as like rocks and other stuff happens. Other kind of scary obstacles. We'll see you soon, Judd. And then get some clouds or something. Probably should also be. Let me figure out what the optimal, what I want in the middle kind of thing, because then you could have like a score. How do you get score? I don't know. I mean, I guess if you jump, you know, Donkey Kong, and you jump over a rock, you get you get 100 points or something for jumping over a rock. Yeah, if you don't, yeah, if you miss, if you run into a rock, then could just be a one strike, you're dead. I mean, does it have like hearts to say like, you know, do low Zelda? Whoa. Got a little life meter or something. Yeah, exactly. Looking at the Google Dinosaur game, which you could just play anytime you want, even with internet. On the phone, I think there's like at least on Android, there's a little widget for like Google voice search or something, and it also has a little dinosaur dinosaur game. It has a button. Yeah, you don't have to like intentionally like turn off the internet to play it. Okay. This almost works as a game almost now. I'm gonna turn music to better. There we go. Okay. And then it's like, oh no, you only have this many lives left. You jump over a rock, you get 100 points. Wow. And then how many had to be somehow randomly generated. That's gonna be fun. Randomly generated of rocks and debris, maybe tree stumps. Is that I can add that tree stump in? Maybe like a bigger tree stump to be worth more, because it'd be harder to like jump over maybe. Could be like taller. It's like a rock could be like really short, it'd be like basically nothing. But then this tree stump will be much larger, so you have to like time it better or something. And this could be like 200 points or something done. And then I was thinking of having difficulty levels where this could be difficulty 1 would only be rocks, difficulty 2 would have stumps and something else, and then 3 would have big things and cliffs like you know, like a hole in the ground. Or it'd just be like the edge of the world kind of cliff, and you have to jump over a whole cliff hole. Yeah. And then, yeah, exactly. Each level would then be faster and faster, and then I would make different sky colors or something. So that has to be somewhere in here too. I was selecting like a level or something, and then level 1, 2, 3 or something. So this be whoa. This be a cutscene, and then this be the gameplay. And then you would just click. You would only have one button because I don't think I can figure out how to do more. But yeah, the power-ups is interesting, but I don't know. The scope of this is already going to be too much, that I'm scared to add things that can do more interesting things. I'll think about it, but yeah, that'd be like a scope creep kind of thing. Just kind of scared right now to add anything. That would be too more demanding than what I got. But yeah. Welcome, Mike. How you doing? Whoa, I'm grabbing my arm. Got my arm, yeah! Let's see. Like a day-night cycle. Ooh. Yeah, I was thinking it would just be like daytime for level 1, and then like evening for 2, and then like night for level 3. Like it would just stay consistent, because then I could have like scarier nighttime, like World 8 and Mario kind of scary red background colors or something. It'd be like, yeah, it'd be like a secret level 4 that's like just straight up lava world. And he's just rolling down a volcano or something. Because everything that we add onto as an option, I'll have to design how to code that. What if I should? I want to learn it myself, but just had a thought that I could commission someone to program this for me. Ugh. Let's see. Yeah, if you jump over a hole, you get. A hole's not that hard, but if it's like a big hole, then you'd be like, whoa, man, okay. Is that really worth 300? I don't know. It could just be 100. Points. So we have different levels, we have different options. We could just have the usual music. I played enough indie games now that they're not always consistent, or like some people like hide the music volume button way too far into the options. That's like some games are just super loud, or they don't mix the sound fast. They don't mix the music that it's like super loud, and then I have to go through different options and then get inside here and then add the music. So I probably just want to add some sort of on the main menu, not even options, just like have a music thing just to be like, do you want it or not? As an option before you even get into this. But yeah, some sort of music slider, some sort of sound effect slider. Any other gameplay things I can think of that might change things. Let's see. Add a music button inside of the screen. Like maybe, because I want it to be as soon as possible. So I could do it here. I guess it'd be like those Flash games where it's just like always have a music button, a mute button, and then somewhere have a, have a little music. That's not a music. And then if you want music or not button. And easy that. I also need a pause button. Some sort of pause button to pause it to then go to the options. For that. And so the start level can always go back in and out of the options. So that's a one-way there. Actually, that could be a two-way. Sorta, but not. Options can't. Yeah. If you're inside a level plane, you can go in and out of options, but not from options into level. Yeah. Okay, that's a flow. That these go this way, and then these can go back out that way. Quick go that way, quick go this way. Achievements in and out. Customize to get the hat. So you get the achievements that let you go to a store to buy hats. So in the customization, you'll have. It could be like the shop, and then you can then have a view of all the different things, and then you can like highlight it, and then that becomes the one you're using, kind of thing. So then you'll be able to buy the hat shop. And then I guess based on score, or you can randomly get coins out of things. Maybe you get bits. You get like a bit of something, some sort of bit, and then I guess that's a coin. Oh. It's now a Bitcoin. Okay. And then maybe if you do a good combo, then that'll increase the chance of getting a coin to appear, or you do some sort of action, I guess. Or you can spend your points and then turn them into coins. Either way, you'll be able to get to a hat shop and then select different types of hats. Let's draw what that looks like. Some sort of menu there. Oh. Who's saying that? You're like a... What does that even look like? It's like you don't exist. Or let... Oh, is your name underscore? Oh. Well, welcome. Your coins translate to points after you run it. Or the other way around. But like you already did that. Yeah, it's transferable. Is that there'd be like a... You win screen and then it goes... The lottery and be like, wow. Based on your points... You know, like when, oh boy, when, and then do like a little Sonic thing of like, you got a score of 1,000,000, and then coins, and then it goes, and it goes down to 0, and then the amount of coins is like, you got 1 coin, ta-da! You know, and then something like that. Be like, oh, happy, like, yeah, yeah. So you got 1,000,000 points, and then that means you got 1 coin. It's not the greatest what do you call it, inflation, or something like that. I wanted to draw out a hat shop, so you would have. I guess you can probably divide it. And then I guess you could have like a little grid. I don't know how many I'll make. Probably just make like 12 or something. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll have a hat for each one of these. And then you'll have some sort of option on each one of these or something to say like, oh, you have, make sure you have 1 coin, and then this would be worth 5,000 coins. And then on the side we'll have a big picture of your derp. And then she'll be like, and then she'll be like, oh, I'm wearing a cool hat. And then it's got all these different textures or something on it. Just to show that, like, to make sure that you're like highlighting on it. And then it's like, boom, boom, boom. It's like, you're selected and you equipped it, basically. You say, yep, you're equipping this hat. And it's got these colors or something. And then you'll have a different one that's a different color. And then you buy that. And then when you select it, it'll do the big highlight to say boop, and then change this one to also change that. So when you play the game, she'll have her hat on. Boop, boop, boop. And right color. Hopefully that works. I've always been afraid when I first started programming that I didn't want to. I was scared that I only had a limit of how many variables I could have. So I was like, oh no, I bet it's not. I don't want to make my game huge. I don't want to add too many variables. And variables are basically just setting, one of these to have some sort of certain property that can then be referred to on a different block. So I don't know. I was so scared of like, oh, I don't want to have too many variables, otherwise I have to juggle all of them and figure them out. And so I guess you're pretty much free to like add as many variables as you want to do some flags and checks. That's what I had to do for the Sunny stream, is that I had to add some variables that can then be flagged and added on. We're gonna use Godot. I'll figure out how to use it, because right now I have 1,005 errors. I didn't even... Well, I guess I opened a particular project. I can see if I can open the other scene. What even is this? Let me open reset. Maybe the other one. Click open. Oh, yeah. I had a Sunny Dreams test one. So the game engines I've used in the past have been Unity and RenPy. And I guess Flash technically has a game engine. But with the way that the Flash player is not really the most, isn't exactly usable anymore. It's not viable. Everyone can use it. Apple said, let's not use Flash Player. Flash Player has too many security things, which it did, and then eventually imploded or just not supported officially anymore. So I do know a little bit of ActionScript, just because like it has building blocks kind of things like this, where it's like in a code it has a little list of all the different commands you can do. They would just basically like have a whole list of like the commands of play animation, stop animation, move, on press key, do this, and then you would just kind of put all those together, Didn't have to be like figure out like the exact syntax, which is just a fancy way of how it gets written in code. Like the exact syntax of like knowing that there has to be a bacon bracket and then an exclamation mark and then another bracket and then this has to be capitalized and then close that and then a little smaller that and then dot and if it's three I guess just hashtag I can't think of the real name, so means that it's a comment, and if it's on a different line, that means it's not, and you know, all this exactness. That's like, this is what always trips me up, is like the exactness of that syntax in every engine and any kind of program is always going to do something slightly different. They're all different, slightly different flavors of coding, which is unfortunate because it would be nice to kind of have one universal coding language, but I guess history said that that's, you know, all the nerds kind of, you know, in the 80s were like, ah! Ah! We're like, I'm gonna make my own JavaScript. Okay, I'm gonna make my own scripting. It's gonna be Python. Okay. And then we just hope that all these kind of work together, you know, on the same computer, but then, you know, for their own means, says like, oh, I need JavaScript to do these things, so we're gonna write it in this syntax form, and then JavaScript is like, oh, I need this way, and then Python, oh no, this way, and then C+, oh no, this way. So it's hard to, for me now to be like, okay, I gotta learn all this. If I want to make a particular game now in a particular engine, I have to learn this entirely new way of coding, syntaxically wise. And some use, you know, dollar signs for coding, if I can even find it, you know, dollar sign, or like some do to bacon brackets, some do to regular ones, and some always like, some always end in a semicolon to end a line, and if you don't put a semicolon at the end of another line, that is that didn't end, or you have to put the bracket at the end to make sure that, yeah, this is broken, so that this now has become like one block. And it's like, so you type in here, and then type in here, and this becomes one block between this and this, and if it ends here, but the semicolon, you know, that kind of stuff is like, what? You can definitely learn it, but it's like, I don't want to. I'd rather just try and, you know, draw some horses. I'm not good at coding, so I'm gonna jump out of my comfort zone and try it, but it's like, ugh, yeah. Do. You have a good idea. Alright. Might be a power up, like a health boost. Woo! Okay. Let's add that. So we'll add a bit. What? Hang on. Getting it. I'll add that idea. Again, I'll have to figure out if I can even get the regular game working, but if I get it going, then we'll see. I'm just scared to do a power-up. That's what I mentioned earlier or something, is that it could be hard. Add a cupcake as a debuff. So we'll have a good one, and then like some, yeah, to like avoid baked bads or something, like, you know, it's kind of just gross, you know, it's like, and then you like a bad one. It has to be like really obvious, is that it's like really bad looking, and then it's like, oh no, it's stinky. And like look poisonous or something, and this one's like glowy or something, like, yeah, and the other one's like, yeah, I was thinking I would have to, I was scared to add power-ups because I wouldn't know what kind of effects they would do, but maybe I can do it where it could like do a speed up or slow down, or maybe I do like your, let's see, what was, yes, that is your heat. Okay, good. Oh yeah, I'm kind of combining both of your guys's. Good. Again, whether or not I can get to it is, you know, the other thing. Yeah, it should be green. Some gross green, yeah. Yeah, just have like this big like X on it or something. Could be a big red X. There you go. And then this will be in yellow pow 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 kind of thing. And what kind of thing they'll do, I'll figure out. And particle effects, yeah, that'll be the stink. If I got that right. Some sort of power up, like speed up maybe? Is that a good thing? Would you want to be sped up? Because you want to be able to, yeah, if you speed up then you can jump over more obstacles and then you can get a higher score. Because the timer's going down. So you want to survive for as long as possible to get the most amount of points. So you would want, this is the psychology of it, is that you would want a muffin that makes you go faster, so then you're able to jump over more things to get more points within the time limit. There we go. Okay. Okay. So it's good to not just like add random features without it linking back to something else or the main core of it. Like what's the actual gameplay wise of why would the player want to get a power up, you know? Like in Pac-Man, why would Pac-Man want to get the power pellet or the super pellet? And it's like, well, then you'll be able to eat the ghost and then you can get more of the smaller pellets without the ghost being in your way. You know, it's like, oh, okay. You know. There's a reason for a power-up. That's why I think whether or not this game will work if that happens. Okay. Could put this at the top. It's a little distracting having that there. I can put this kind of close to each other, so you can't just look up and you can see both of them, and then as a menu option, that doesn't matter, you can just be over there. And then your hearts. So if you run out of hearts before the time limit, then you just explode and die. I mean, yeah, this might get pretty, I don't know how much overly comic violence this might get. Eddie's tricks and secrets. I don't even know if I can get this. If I can even get to, you know, if I can get like the main menu set up, I'd be happy. And I guess you would need like some sort of skip button or something. That's a skip button. And this be a button, and then that be a button. Ah! What other? I wouldn't want to change a power-up image without it being, because then it'd be like, oh, because there's a good muffin and a bad muffin. If there's a secondary looking good muffin, I don't know if that would help the player. That might detriment the player to be like, what does this do? Does this mean it does a secondary option? Or I guess a tertiary option in some way? I feel like I shouldn't change that. I could have little background details. You know, have a little character or something flying back here or something. Something to distract you, I guess. Bubbles. I guess we could have different That could be in some of the different levels, I guess. Because I was only thinking of like having 3 levels. We'll have day, and then like an evening, and then some sort of night, and then 4 would be lava. And this be like a secret, like hard to get to. Let's see. Bubbles could be like a shield, like in Sonic. Little temporary, like boop boop boop, you know. Might only last like 5 seconds as a temporary shield or something. Let's see. Try adding more chance of rainbow dash in the background. This guy sleeping fine. I thought it would just be like a temporary like invincibility against everything, and then it's just like a timer, so you get free. You get to rest for like 2 seconds. Or be like a grace thing, where it'd be like, oh, you got hit once, that's okay, you don't lose a heart, kind of thing. Yeah, we can make this Rainbow Dash. And then that'd be like a secret thing too. So now we'll have some sort of bubble shield. And we'll figure out what to do with that. Is that Derpy can just kind of hang out inside of the bubble and be like, whoa. She could just be like relieved of like, ugh. Ugh. As this like rotates around some sort of shield. Guess this all is kind of like a Steven Universe kind of thing where he did that. Okay. My main idea was that I was gonna have Derpy, instead of just like on her own flipping around, was that she was eventually gonna turn into a snowball, like because this would be like a snow covered, wow, what color? That eventually she'll roll enough in the snow, you know, going face first, you know, blop blop blop, is that eventually she'll become a ball. Like a snowball will start forming, and then you can't really see her, so then her hitbox, I guess, would get a little bigger over time, so it'll be harder as you go along. So like a little jump, you know, a little rock might become harder, because then you have to like jump sooner, or, you know, these get too close to each other, you have to like jump really fast. Then over time, let's see, is that over time, then she'll like become a little ball, will then slowly become bigger and bigger over time, and then she'll be like, whoa, I'm inside of the ball now. And then this will just kind of roll downhill. So then you got this big ball, giant snowball rolling down. So kind of start there and then slowly build it up and up, and then you do this, and then you're just a ball rolling. So when you get to like a rock, it's like, uh-oh. And then as a ball, snowball, what is it? If you get hit, like if you run into the rock, then like the snowball will get smaller and then go back down in size. And then I guess well, it's still the heart system, so if you lose, there has to be some way to get hearts too. Can you have a way to regain hearts? Maybe Muffin can do both. Like, would you want it to speed up? I guess yeah. Let's do Muffin as a heart up, and then have it be really rare. And then the Muffin would actually be like a speed up, because then it'd be too scary to. At least for me, when I play Sonic, it's like I get too scared or something. Or I guess it could be like you could lose a heart and it'd just be really bad. Might be a bit too mean. Might be like a later level, so you like see these bad muffins, and then it'll destroy your heart. But this will be a good heart up, and then a bad heart down. That might be easier. And then a shield for a certain amount of time, I guess. Okay. And then over time you'll lose that, and then if you get hit, then hit will be broken heart. And then you'll get a little smaller. So as she rotates, she'll become big ball. And then becomes ball. And then if you hit a rock, then you either go up or down with your size. Okay. Let's see. How we doing? Just got a menu. Able to play options, quit, achievements, and shops. I guess there's not too many. Would you want achievements? Like just some sort of like while you played the game? I don't know. Might get rid of it. Especially if I can't think of anything. There's something else. Yeah, it'd be like an end goal, stretch goal kind of thing. Like, I don't know what else that. Yeah. I was thinking of doing a secondary mode where like it's another. Like if you beat the game, I guess you can get a mini game or something. Some sort of mini game. And the mini game would be building a snowman where it'd be a good ending where Derpy like pats and like goes back and forth and then rolls up the ball, and then eventually you try to see how big you can get a ball. That's a little lopsided. Let's see. What's happened? Let's see. Achievements to give you doing cosmetics or money. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I just can't think of like a solid like list of an achievement right now, because it's so like endless runner style. And I was like, what do you do? Like, how do you make an achievement out of that? I don't know. We'll definitely have more time of like designing more stuff as we go along. I want to get this done by the end of the next month. So by the end of December, I want to get this done. So try to add a bunch to make it interesting. It's probably overboard for my skill set, but yeah. So I don't want to add too much. But this would be like a wish list of like getting all the stuff I want to happen, and then if I don't get to some stuff, then that's fine. We saw screen show to business and look better the more points you got. Yeah. Okay. Excuse me. And then, yeah, to be like different versions, I guess, of like a, yeah. If you came, yeah, the results would be like, yeah, you're a snow, you're like, yeah, if you end in a snowball, then you can be some sort of like, yeah, some sort of snowman end, or like end in just a regular, if you don't end in snowball, you're just like, yeah. This would be like the best one or something, or have like all three big things, or you could have it's, if you somehow win with like a large score, you could have like something like this. And then be like, whoa. And it's be like, wow, the mega legendary snowman. So they have different versions, I guess. Yeah, so results screen would be like based on, yeah, you have a little image of Derpy based on how you won. And then she'll like slide in like at the end of here, where she's like, and then she'll pop out. And then be like, whoop. So you get something like this, and then either like have this as like a neutral, pretty good score, as and then a snowball, and then she'll like flop in like without a snowball if she didn't have one, or if she had a really, really good score. Then you can have like a legendary snowman. Yeah. Thank you. Reset achievements like progress. Okay, I'll add the achievements. I'll bring it back. I'll add it in. Yeah. I know like Wii Sports Resort had like the badges or like the stamps. Yeah, some sort of like stamps to say like some sort of achievement things, but they're all kind of the same style stuff. Some sort of achievements. Okay. Progress. Add a secret map where all the snow with muffins, or Muffin Island. Oh boy. Yeah, that's another like uh-huh. That's great in theory. I don't know. Oh, you want to add a whole chow garden into this too, or something? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, I didn't get to the minigame. Minigame would sort of be... This is minigame. Yep. Whoa. Oh, I'm zoomed in. Here's minigame. Okay. Is this be the minigame? And then what it'll be is that it'll be divided in half. Programmerly, I probably won't see this division line, but you'll have like this side of the screen to like tap on as a button, and then this one as a button to tap on. And so if it's mobile, then I guess you can literally just use two thumbs and then go bop 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 bop. And then I guess if it's keyboard, then it can just be the arrow keys, I guess left. Left, and then keyboard key for right. And so what'll happen is that you're building a snowman, and then Derpy would kind of go back and forth. That's it. It's like that Simpsons itching, scratching Russia. Just like, what am I looking at? Some sort of animation of her building out the ball, It's like you click left, then she's on this side, and then she like taps the ball or rolls it or something, and then you tap right, and then she's on this side. So you just mash back and forth, left and right, you know, bop, 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 and then she goes, bop, 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 and then builds a ball. And I guess you would also have a timer or something. And then you only have like a little bit shorter, I guess maybe 10 seconds or something. And then you try to see like at the end, be like, this is your score, wow. So you have mini win, and then I guess it would still be on the same screen, but it got too messy on that side to add more. And then it'll be like, oh look, you got the ball, and then this is how big it got, and then here's your final score is then 100 bubbles. Some sort of points, I guess. And I guess then you could add the achievements of like get 200 points, and then if you get that, then it's like, I would have to like figure out like rewards, and then it's like, well, do I have to then make more stuff to happen that changes things? You know, it starts to like unravel into like what's an award, and it's like, do I have to add more hats? Do I have to add some other stuff? I thought it'd just be fun of like you just play the game and then that's it. Now it's like, oh no, you have to get something out of it. And it's like, what's that? I have to program that now? So here's your wallet. It's here. So you have 1 coin. Let's see. Yeah. Beat the game. Yeah. Without eating a muffin. Okay. And then replace that with yeah. You can't really avoid the other stuffs. I don't know. Yeah, I'll definitely make this a free game. Don't you worry. I don't know if I'll do another goodie bag. If you don't know, Sunny's Dream has a goodie bag where if you pay at least 1 USD, you get a goodie bag that has a whole bunch of not random junk. They're really cool. They're definitely worth it. Like an art book, all the music as separate files, a walkthrough, and some other fun stuff. So I've technically made the main game free for Sunny's Dream, but then made an extra goodie bag to say like, well, if you want some other fun stuff that's related to the game, you know, an art book and whatever, then you'll be able to pay that. So yeah. Yeah, I simplified some of the commands so it would just be just muffin. I took out some of the exclamation marks. I don't know if that's... Yeah, if I wanted to stream on Twitch, whether or not... If that's... No, it should still work the same. Because the way that Sammy works is that it's just listening for a specific trigger. So it doesn't really matter using my triggers. So I did muffin and then do triggers. These are all the different ways you can spell muffin and it'll work. So if you type in any of these, it's not case sensitive. And then some of these wildcards are just to say, if you have a sentence that has something before muffin, then accept it. You know, muffin's in the middle of a sentence, muffin's at the start, muffin's at the end of it, and then muffin versus muffins will still also be accepted. So I expanded it with some of them to make it easier for people to write them out. So, yeah. It's got a cooldown though, so can't just spam it. Like a cupcake command. I'll think about it. Yeah, Next on my list. What would that look like? What would that look like to you? Would it just be the same, but just like a Fairly Odd Parents wish muffin? Yeah. Cupcakes is just a muffin with frosting on it, right? Is that just it? Yeah. Okay. Actually, we're doing pretty good on time. Let's see, we can kind of fill this out a little bit. So we added this, added the achievements of some sort of get X amount of something, some sort of thing like that. So get X amount of things, you know, the progress ones. I guess it could just be easy as beat level 2, you know. And then if you then do that, then you'll get rewards, and then rewards will then be hats. And that's it. So I guess I could have like the same sort of, I guess probably still only have like 12 hats, but then just have some of these be, you know, exclusive to beating achievements. So I could still be here in the shop, but then be like, oh no, to get the super hat, I have to do an achievement, and then it can then have a little information block to say, beat level 2, and then you get the hat, or something. So then you'd be like, oh, I have something to work towards. Yeah. Let's see. What's the Muffin Land? I'm just imagining like a full-blown like a Chow Garden thing from SA2, where you get to breed these Tomodachi little chows, and then you gotta raise them and then put them in contests, and then breed them and lay more eggs and such to get the ultimate chow. I never played it, but I definitely know enough that it's interesting. A little whole sim there inside of the larger Sonic game. Oh, that's a good thing. Okay. Yeah, I guess we can do money. So I get coins. So I get hats to get money. That's all I need. Of course, you get the money. If you get enough money, then you can buy the hats. But I guess some of these are locked behind achievements. Yeah, alright. I guess that's how it works. I do have that cooldown. Let me see what that cooldown is. I think I adjusted it that one time. Overtime. What is 20,000 milliseconds? I think that's 20 seconds. So yeah, every 20 seconds, the muffin can be spawned in. Let's see. Beat level 2. What else would be an achievement? More than, oh yeah, don't get like avoid X or something, or you know, the progress of jump over a certain amount of trees or something dumb. Jumped over X, Y times bleh. Almost. And then these rewards are just like gonna be, I guess it could be as soon as you, I guess it'd be like in a scoreboard, like you win, and then here's your coins, and then also little thing to say achievement, and then say you got a hat, and be like wow, wow. It could be like the achievement text of like jumped over 10 gophers, and then show a big hat, be like, bop, bop, bop. And then I guess if you click this, then it can go to the shop, and then it can equip it or not. Because it'd be weird if you got an achievement and then it'll automatically equip it. Especially like one hat or something. Is there any other cosmetic you would like? Because what do we have on Derpy? She does have a bit of a costume. I guess we can change her kind of clothes maybe, and maybe her scarf. Oh yeah, also so like whether or not you want to change her body color and hairstyle or something. There might have to be like selectable things if I don't know how to do full-on customization. So you would get customization. Where did that go? Shop would be hat shop plus scarves, and then maybe shirt shop, and then maybe this. So then you would have different menus inside of here for your hat, your scarf, and then your clothes, and then your socks, I guess, also kind of goes with that too. And then we got different themes of different stuff, or it can, you know, it could be types of scarves, or maybe, you know, it could be different other genres, pirates, ninjas, robots, you know. Get crazy with some of these, like, it not just be recolors of this, but it'd be like a pirate hat or something, you know. So you get her, and then you get a little pirate hat, and then a little neckerchief kind of thing there, and then some sort of peg leg or something, you know, as a shoe, and then something like that. And then if you put them all together, then you also get like an eye patch or something. But that'd be like an idea. To get further away, I guess, you know, and then maybe the more extreme ones can maybe have more, you have to get achievements or something to get that. Otherwise, this is too easy to get a whole bunch of coins and then be like, oh, okay. Ah! Let's see. I signed that. I signed it that says Muffin Pony with an arrow pointing down at her. I do like the idea of like a sign hat though. Maybe like a I want it like on a spring and then be like a headband. Like a little spring. And then it could just be a muffin. And then yeah. It's a no hat, but then she'd be like just like that. So this is where the fun begins, is that you can have a lot more customizational fun weird things. And of course, we can always just scroll down here and then be like, oh, I want more. And then you have a little scroll wheel. And it goes all the way down or something. And then you choose what kind of style you want. And then boop. And then she goes like, wow, that's neat. Yay. And then in the game, she'll be wearing that. And then I guess you only see it for a certain amount of time before she becomes a snowball. And then you win. Yeah, so you'll be able to see her. You'll be able to see like her neckerchief there, her scarf, and then her shirt there. Probably need to take off her clothing. Probably show her socks. Well, you can't see her shirt when she's inside a snowman. Maybe you can see her hat and scarf. Definitely see her all here. So that'd be good. And then metagame points. And that's it. Okay. This won't be too hard. I designed it to be simple enough of a gameplay. Like, I'm not, you know, not making a whole Elder Scrolls, you know, full-on, like, RPG. This is gonna be, hopefully, you know, it'll just be taking every single thing one step at a time and then figuring it out. I'm like, okay, let me design, you know, the hat shop as its own, you know, own project, basically. That's why I was like hesitant to be like, should I add powered ups? And it's like, I don't know if that'll work. And then it's like, oh, should I add all these secret stuff? And it's like, achievements. That means I have to make rewards. That means I have to make more stuff. But the good thing is I already have the idea. Most of the assets I can just take from this and then do this as a starting point. I don't know that they make concept art of characters. I don't make concept arts of backgrounds, you know. This is it. So, this is already animated in a sense that I can just take this as well. And then draw this into Godot and be like, oh. And then spend the whole time working in here and be like, I don't know what I'm doing. Design the whole thing up and be like, I don't know how to do this now. Like, even like you can have your point at any of this and be like, can you design this and make it in Godot? I'd be like, nope. I don't know how to do anything, program-wise. So, I'll have to make an entire game. And I want to make it really quick, so that'll be fun. Yeah, if I'm not done by the end of December, then I'll have to shove it off to end of January. I don't want to go too farther than end of January though, so I'll see. But yeah, I think this is a pretty good starting point. Yeah. So I think we'll do another stream next week of this where I'll kind of show my first steps. I'll definitely learn all the tutorial stuff. I'll even learn what the programming language in Godot is. I think it's just Godot script or something, so I have to figure out what it's closest to and then learn that, you know, because RenPy was made in Python, so if I learn what the root of Godot script is, then maybe that can help me, and then I can look up resources of that and go from there. And then maybe start putting some mechanics in. But yeah, good thing is that I only planning on like one button presses. It is gonna be a downhill dinosaur game, endless running thing, but it won't be endless as you'll have the timer. And we'll figure out like different mechanics of like, oh, if you know, get the power-ups and shields and stuff and get the points and stuff. And then different wing conditions and all the shops. Probably save this for once I get all the basic mechanics done. So maybe start with this mini game so I can get used to it. So yeah, that'll be fun. So yeah, if I'm not in a good place, or if I get too frustrated in some way, bang my head against a wall trying to get this to work by next week, then guess we'll do something else. Then we'll just play more Paper Mario until then. But yeah, I guess I could do this in toast time. That's about it. Boop boop. Tail's a little messy. Hang on, I have a button for that. There we go. If you missed the beginning, I got myself an early Christmas present. I got a... How my tail's down. I got a Stream Deck, which you can't see. Hang on. Might be able to do this. And then... This is gonna get really meta. I know this isn't gonna work. It's gonna be flipped upside down too. There it is. This is a webcam. This is the Stream Deck, so I was able to press some of the buttons here. These are like buttons that I can press. So if I wanted to do the shower again, I could just press that button and it just works, and it's amazing. It's a Stream Deck Mark II, I think. Ooh. Oh, let me reposition myself a little bit. I might have to do the shower again. There we go. So yeah, I got that. So I spent the morning programming some of those buttons. So I was able to do that. So, and you saw how complicated some of the Sammy screens were. Of just doing a muffin was how complex it looked. I know, Stream and Steam Deck are so close. I find myself, even when I'm just thinking to myself, like, yeah, I have a Steam Deck, don't I? Nope, it's a Stream Deck. But yeah, here's what, let's go back. OBS. Here's what the Stream Deck looks like. These are the ones that I set up. These are the default ones. And then I made these. I think I made all of these. This one was fun. This was the most complicated one. But yeah, some of these are just literally just... I had to figure out how Sammy connected. This is some unique ID that connects Stream Deck to Sammy so that Sammy can then say, oh, this unique ID, I understand this, and then connect it. That actually took the longest time to figure out how they connect to each other. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of fun things over here I can do that you can't see. It's too wide. There we go. Ooh. But yeah, I added some custom ones. I found one for mouse control. That was really good. That was important. But yeah, here's the shower curtain. It does this. If I press it on my real one, then it does the animation. And then start screen is this code, and that's Sammy. This one I made inside a Stream Deck. Inside a Stream Deck, you get this, which has 12 custom actions. So this is layers upon layers of different coding and adding different plugins. Like I had to add a plugin for mouse control, and then add one for, I think that was it for this one. But yeah, I had to like use some of the default ones of opening the folder and then selecting it. So some of these are pretty specific, where this is to play my music, to play my beach music of my playlist. Instead of like opening and then selecting all the playlist music and then playing it, this is literally a macro to say, set the position of the mouse to a specific position, wait a bit, and then do a... Oh yeah, this one is to open my folder on my computer. So I was able to open my computer and say, hey, we found your drive, found your music, here's your playlist folder of the music. Wait a bit for it to open, and then do a hotkey of a multi-stroke thing of Control A, wait a bit, and then do a mouse right click, because you can do all sorts of different types of left mouse, X1 clicks and move things. Wait a bit, then move the mouse over one unit, down 1 unit, wait a bit, then do a left click, and then wait for it to... So basically it's like opening the folder, selecting everything, moving over a little bit, right clicking, and then hovering over the open button, and then do a left click to then say open. Yeah, and then I was like, well, you might also want to add to make sure the Control H is the shuffle. But yeah, that's just like open the File Explorer, select all the music, and then select them all, and then open the media player, and then have it play, and then shuffle it. So now I don't have to do that every time. I could just literally press the button on that Stream Deck as a single button, and it'll just go whop. And yeah, because I've set the mouse control to be set cursor position, it should always work. So fun little stuff I did just this morning. It's fun little stuff like that. I think about doing more stuff. I was thinking of doing one that would be able to open literally everything that I need to for a stream, because I have to have Adobe Character Animator, maybe Discord, OBS, Sammy. I have one for the translation as a open thing. So, you know, if I can just say, hey, open every single application at the same time, that'd be one of these, I guess. That'd be like open, you know, and say like open this particular file, this particular app, this file, you know, where I need to. But yeah. So, not sponsored, but I'm having fun with it, and I've only played with it really yesterday, today, this morning, and yeah, really adds it's a lot of pre work to figure out how to use it, and then to use it, it's probably gonna take a while to like set up everything, because some of these might be, I don't think anything would be probably more complex than this, but yeah. Because then I can make a Sammy animation and then set it to be a button, so then I can just play it. Have it on my desk, and then just kind of lean over and be like, oh, look, here's the shower curtain button. Yay! And have it work. So, yeah, now I can press the end button. I'm going to press this on my real controller. Beep. And then we're in the end. Yay! So that's fun. But yeah, the main thing was to not have hotkeys like those, like the start, middle, and end of my streams. I had Sammy have triggers that were keyboard shortcuts that I was like, oh, I have to press Shift W to go to the welcome screen. But anytime I would go into YouTube chat and say, hey guys, welcome to the stream, and if I started out with a couple W, then it'll do a Sammy trigger. So like, oh, I'm just unintentionally, crossing the wires with those. So I was like, So I got the Stream Deck. That means I can unlink the Sammy keyboard triggers, but change them into the Stream Deck specific buttons. And so now I can turn off the trigger keyboards, and so I can just press a button on my desk here. So frees up just a couple specific Sammy keyboard buttons, and also all these weird other stuff I can do. There's a lot of plugins that are really fun to play with, so I'll look through those. Drop something. Okay. So there's a whole website for different plugins that look pretty cool too. There's like a whole bunch of music as well. I don't know how copyright free or how friendly they are with YouTube, so I might have to look into that first. But maybe I'll get new music if I look into that further. But yeah, so I'm just excited for that. So obviously it'll just be not much on your mind. It'll just be just on me to program these in, and then hopefully this means I'll have a smoother streaming experience without getting frustrated in some of those keyboard shortcut triggers that I didn't want to happen. So, And then if I do enough macros, I can macro my macros and then be able to program, you know, have one button and then go into stream mode immediately and have everything open all at once. Don't have to like individually click and make sure I didn't forget one and then spend time figuring that out. So yeah, all right. So I'm gonna figure out how to do Godot. I'm not sure. Never done a program in it because I think the first time I tried to use it or like really try to use it was the Sunny's Dream remake, which didn't work out. Or I guess something with the plugin that I added to Godot was incorrect, and then he saw those 1,005 errors happened inside of Godot, so I'll figure that out. Have to uninstall it and then get a new version and then not include the plugin. Problem is that the plugin was, everyone was recommending it online to be like, oh, if you want to make a visual novel with Godot, use this plugin. It's a story time, story block builder thing where you don't have to really code it too hard. It'll just have buttons and you can just add characters and then it'll just work. You're like, oh, okay. And then it didn't. So, and I wanted to use Godot because I didn't want to reuse. I've done Unity so much in the past that it's like I don't want to use Unity again. I feel like I wouldn't learn too much as if I was trying a new program. I never really got into Unity either. Unity is another game engine, and it's like I never really got the feel of like I always get stuck on some movement or some jumping thing where I would spend collectively like 5-10 hours to like try and make a jump work, and I'd be like, that doesn't work the way I gravity, what I had to friction, physics bodies, be going drilling through it all, be like, oh, it's not working, oh, you can double jump now, but I had to set a ray cast, and it just got overly complicated. Like, what is going on? So I never really made a game of it, just because I got stuck on, one very, very specific thing of like, I can't jump. So it's like, cool. So I think with this and this more simplified 2D game, it would only be, you don't have much player control, save for literally just the jumping. So I can figure that out with Godot in a 2D sense. It might be easier. Because then I won't have to also deal with player movement, if that's also doing anything, and then, anything else. So, we'll see. So yeah, this might be... I was thinking of doing progress dev streams of the game for next month all the way through. So we'll see how I fare, how it goes. But again, if something doesn't quite work right, then we'll go back to Paper Mario, and then I'll go from there. So. But yeah, that's what's up. So, I think that's about everything I need to say. So yeah, I'll try and get other projects going. Oh yeah, thanks again for the Thanksgiving comic. That's what happened. Hopefully you guys saw it, because I posted it on the YouTube community post. I guess YouTube doesn't always notify you, or at least it's not always in your feed as easy. But yeah, it was a little pretty simple 4-panel comic. I think it only took me like one more afternoon to complete it, so it wasn't that much more complicated to finish. So good thing that was easy, because now I could just move on to bigger and better projects now. But yeah, so I'll have more time to work on this and another project, so try and wrap that one up. So You'll see it. Maybe a little... it's not a derpy test, so I'm trying to get that done. We'll see. But anyway, I'll try and get that done and then work on the snowball game. Oh, we never really called it anything. That's what I wanted to also do, was to give it a name so I can call it something. I'll just call it a snow game until I figure out a good pun title. Maybe once we get closer to we'll figure out the main mechanics, and then we'll be like, oh, it's the jump snowball game, you know, a little more better sounding. Title for it. I'm trying to find my way to get out of here. Where's my end? How do I end? Okay. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next week, and hopefully I'll have some projects maybe done soon for next month. So yeah, thank you guys. I'll try and look at you. That's a little better. Alright, thank you guys. Alright, see you next week. Thank you. Always thankful for you guys. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks for all the tips too of what I should do for the stream. That helped a lot. Alright, see you guys. Alright, see you next week.